What is up, guys? Back from the video. So in today's video, I've got this iPad 10 here. You guys know I've already got one of these, but I bought this one myself, actually. I'm going to be, and because I, needed to replace my iPad. Yes, this one right here. This is the gold iPad 8th generation. And unfortunately, the battery is going bad. It's pushing the back out, and let's see. It's kind of not as easy to see right now, but the screen is popping out. Last night, it looked something like this. Actually, exactly what it looked like. So it's kind of fluctuating. But you can push it in and it stays for a bit, but it's obviously even swollen on the back a little bit. If you see that, you can actually see it. So it's not good. I'm gonna get another portable for this because I'm gonna need that. All right, let's see there. Okay, so this one's plugged in. I gotta be careful about it though. I know that battery's not enjoying itself. So I'll unlock it. I'm gonna open this one up here. This is an iPad 10, it's the silver one. I have currently got the yellow one. So this is a plainer, simpler one. This is gonna be my main one. And the yellow one I'll convert to my second one, or extra one. Just because this here one is gonna be newer. So, let's see what it looks like. Oh man, look at that. Oh man. That is a really nice color. Very light, very nice. Look at that. Oh, I always do that wrong. Look at that. Yeah, actually, I like this one even more than the yellow, I think. It's a nice plain silver color. Look at that. Perfectly brand new. It's kind of got like a shiny kind of texture on it. If I put it in 1x, you might be able to see that. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that. I don't think I can see that on the yellow as much as I can on this one. See the camera there is the same large camera on the other one. Yeah, I really like the color of this. It's got that like almost, I don't know what you call the little green looking things in there of the aluminum, but it's a little bit thicker and I like that. Camera's nice and new, never touched. Ooh, the screen, other than my fingerprints, is brand new. Look at that, that's nice. I like this color a lot. There's the side button. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, I gotta put it back on 0.5. The side button there, and the top, and the speakers. And the bottom. USB-C. Look at that, that is amazing. And this makes it look a little more gold, this light I got on here. If I shut that one off, you can see just how silver it is there. Pretty cool. And then I don't know what it would look like with this one off, just kind of unlevel lighting. But it attracts fingerprints pretty easy, as you can see from the start. So let's turn it on. Fires right up. I don't know what it's gonna start off with for battery, but let's just wait till it boots up here. Shouldn't take long. There it is. Comes with 89%. Pretty dang nice. Alright, so we'll set that off to the side there. Yeah, that button feels nice. Newer than the one on mine. I gotta keep this one. The one on mine is getting a little worn out already. In here, you have this little stuff that you always have. And you have, they give you your cord, your plug. So it's always nice to get some extras of these. I like when they include these on products still, because I need some extra plugs. So that's kind of nice. I never really I probably won't even use this with the iPad. It just gives me an extra plug. because I have stuff for the iPad. But and then they also give you a braided cord, so a little stronger than, you know, your typical Apple cords that you got going on. So yeah, that's a pretty nice cord. And when I get an iPhone 15 or 16, when I upgrade the phone, I'll need to be having these. So that'll be kind of nice there. Keep these all together to the side, and we'll just put that box away. Now, I want to get this restored data on this iPad 8 here that's going to blow up. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I'm going to see if I can put this. I'm going to have to keep it in maybe 0.7. There we go. So swipe up here. I'm going to select your language. I'm going to show you how to do this. I don't know if it's going to ruin my video here or not. Oh, right here, continue. So then on the other iPad, let me show you that without scratching it. The other iPad says set up new iPad and use Touch ID. So then once you got that going on, let's see, I can't get that to, whoa, why is that camera so zoomed in on that? Oh, this is frozen. I need to do it manually, okay. And now when you do that, you put in the code, so 0777 92. All right. So you hit setup for me. I'm just gonna, and once you do that, your other iPad's gonna tell you some stuff. So your other iPad, so that's gonna be, and then it's gonna be setting up. Yeah, so 89% charge, that's pretty good. The color of this is just really nice though. And then once you do set it up from the device that you want to restore from, it's automatically gonna ask you from that device. So to restore data from exactly that device, I'll show you that. We're gonna continue that. So you just put your finger on it, the one you're going to use. And the Touch ID, like I said, is in the power button on the iPad 10s and newers. So then you move around your finger on there in all different directions and then continue. We're going to set that up later. Boom, right here. Now, here's the old iPad. It's going to probably be recycled because of the issue it's having. So there it is, and it's saying here, do we want to transfer data from this device? That estimated time is usually not correct. Could be less or much more. So we're going to hit continue. We're going to agree. And yeah, continue. We're going to just go through these setups. And now we have to install this update. We have to do that. It's probably on a very old, outdated version of iOS. I don't know what this could be running, but in order to do this restore, we do need to do that. Otherwise, this iPad running iOS 18 will not be able to send any data over to this here iPad. So we're going to let that update go, and we'll see what happens when it's done. It's been about, I don't know, 10 minutes now, and the update's still downloading, as you can see there. This one still says finished on new iPad, and that's what this one here is doing. So I have a case. I'm going to put that on there now, so let's do it. So this is the same case as the my other iPad has. It's one of the good ones, the rubber box ones. But anyway, I want to show you guys this color one last time before I put that in the case. So look at this. Just the camera is the main thing. I'm gonna put it on the 1X again. It's an amazing color. The apple is perfect mirror. And yeah, just amazing there. Sides compared to the black look pretty nice. Look at that. That's something else. See the screen underneath, on and then off, and the bottom. So anyway, let's do this now. Case is a little bit different than mine now because I think they don't really make things exactly the same. It doesn't have the plastic piece on the screen, which I hate. On the old iPad, the iPad 10 yellow, this is the iPad 10 silver. When I got the iPad 10 yellow last year, it had the plastic screen thing and I had to just tear it off because I don't like that. And then it left like a residue. So this one doesn't have that, so that's kind of nice. But this update's still going. So let's just put the rubber piece on. Oh man, I like this one. I just kind of put the, kind of like this. So this is just a replacement iPad. It's not really a new, I mean, it's new, but I bought it as a replacement for, let's see if I can get that on there. For this iPad I got sitting here. Otherwise I wouldn't have got a new iPad, obviously, because I didn't need one until this one failed on me, so. Crazy turn of events, but I guess that's a good thing because this one's a lot newer and better. So I'm just doing this off camera because it's kind of hard to do on camera, especially with new cases. Gotta kind of shove them on a bit. So I'll pause the video. You can see there, look at how the silver comes through that case. I'm gonna grab my iPad 10 yellow. So here's the two devices. I bet you can tell what one's the yellow one because it's older. This one right here. That's my yellow one. It's only got 113 charge cycles and 95% battery health. But it is more used than the other one. So let's take a look at the colors there. You guys seen this one without the case and with the case now is what these look like. You can see just the difference there. And it looks even more yellow on camera than it does in real life. But there's the yellow and there's the silver. Actually, I've grown to like the silver more because I'm used to the yellow, but it looks more yellow in camera than it does in real life. However, it's still quite yellow. So there's what those look like. It's probably gonna apply when I take the case off as well. I'm gonna take the case off the yellow one and show you guys what that one looks like. So let's do it. So here's the yellow one. A little dirty. Haven't had a chance to clean it. As you can see around the side, it's quite yellow. Let's put in the 0.5. It's quite yellow. The top, you have the power button, speakers, just like the new one. USB-C ports, and here's the back. It's a much more yellowish device, so it's kind of nice to have both these for whatever kind of use you're going for there. So this is nice too. I like it, but having it for a while, a plain one's refreshing. Let's see, just based off kind of what the difference is there. And on this one, if I kind of look in to the camera on the 1X, let's do that. You can still see you got that kind of grainy appearance as well. Just not as much visible as the, see that right about, that's kind of, let's see if I can simulate this. The camera's not, right about, that is right about halfway in between what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to catch that lighting where the camera can pick up what it actually looks like. About like this is what it looks like in real life, and then it changes it to more yellow. It doesn't quite look as yellow as it is visible here in real life. I don't know why it's kind of changing it like that, but that's what that one looks like. The silver though, the camera just picks up its original color, so that's what the silver looks like. Nice, refreshing, clean device there. It's gonna be a nice main one to have there. But this here one is a really nice one. I'm gonna plan to use this for kind of just extra things. Like, I'm not gonna put any of my school stuff on here. I have a school iPad, but this one could be used for some extra stuff like that, or I don't want that on my main one. So we'll just see what we want to do with this as an extra and how I want to use that. But this was the replacement that I'm using as my main one because it's newer, plain and simple. This here one was my main one, but it's still gonna be just used for separate purposes. The color it's giving it, wait a second. Oh, I'm on YouTube. How did I unlock that? Oh, I guess the fingerprint thing in there. I was watching YouTube last night. But what was I trying to say? If it was the color, the yellow it's showing on camera is very bright, very, very vivid. If I turn off this light, I don't know if that's gonna change anything. No, the camera picks up more of a vivid color. If I turn off that light and this light on, yeah, it always is doing that. So I don't know why it's doing that exactly, but right there is about what it looks like in real life before it switched over. This is quite yellow. This would be a nice one in real life, but it actually would be pretty bright. So the real life version isn't bad at the yellow either. It's kind of nice to have two of the exact same device though. They have the exact same storage. This is 64 gigabyte iPad 10. This is 64 gigabyte iPad 10. The only difference is that the colors. But they are a pretty cheap iPad, to be completely honest, for being very good. This one cost me $279, which, you know, isn't, I mean, it's up there in price, but it's not that, this is so disgusting. Oh my God. But it's not horrible, for sure. You can get up there in prices on some of these iPads. I mean, the iPad Air costs you like $500. So this one's not bad at all. So let's put the case back on this. And I just wanted to show you that one more angle like I did on the iPad. Silver there, the side with the screen on and off with the yellow sides and the black front. Kind of just how this one looks compared to the silver. Alrighty, we're gonna install that now. And it'll shut off on us there. So over here, this one says waiting for software update. So it's gonna wait there and do its thing there. I hope it's not gonna blow up on me. Ooh, 1 second. Look at that. The screen is much more out. The device is warm, very warm. So this battery is definitely failing. It's at 47, but it was at like 17 minutes ago. So it's definitely failing. Yeah, not good. Anyway, that one's doing its thing. These are just sitting here. This one's updating, and they're just doing their thing. So I don't know what version this one was running. It would not let me see that because it was in setup, and it forced me, because I'm doing this restore, to update the software. And the reason for this is this iPad here is running, this old broken one is running iOS 18. iPadOS 18.3. To restore data from this to this has to be the same or newer than this. Otherwise, it just won't work. And that's why it prompted me, okay, it detected this thing here is on an older version than this. This could have been iOS 18. Probably was iOS 17 though. I'm guessing this probably was not 18 on this one here. This one here is running 18.3 because that's what I had it updated to. But anyway, that's what's going on there. Anyway, we're just gonna wait for the software update to install, and then we're gonna get to the, it's taking a while. Then after this update's installed, and these lights, guys, my fingers aren't greasy or anything. These lights just pick up the fingerprints. So if I turn this one off, it's a lot better, but I think it's this one picking it up. Yeah, it's that one primarily picking it up. But it's just that it's so much lighting in here that it just kind of picks those up. So that's why that's happening. But once the update finishes, this should resume where it's going off because it knows it's waiting for update. So Apple's pretty good at kind of just doing that. So once that, it'll pick off where it kind of left off there, and we'll start the data transferring process, which is going to take some time as well. And when that's done, it's got to go through a couple more restarts and stuff, or it's going to download all the apps and data from here to here, which isn't much, but I did want to get that data restored, mostly just for like the widgets and couple apps and just a new start on this one. Let's do it. As I said, these are both, so this one here is my main iPad now. I've only got a few apps on it. I plan to get a little more on the new one just so I can do that. But this one here, I haven't had much of a chance to use it too much, so it stayed pretty new, which is a good thing. And it will stay new till this one wears out in a few years, like 5-6 years probably on that one, maybe 8 or 9. But this one will be ready to go. You can see I got a lot of weather widgets on there because that's kind of just what I like to have on the home screen. But if we take a look in settings and go to about, see the iPadOS version is 12.3. If we go to general software update, this here one is up to date as well. So up to date on this one, I don't know what, actually it just said, it might have been 8.3, I think it said. But I know I don't probably, actually, yes, it is. It's 8.3 because I have developer beta turned on my Apple ID settings. So that kind of carried over through the setup process. So we're gonna see just kind of how this goes. All right, so the device is back on. Let's put in our password. All right, now this one here says waiting still. Let's keep an eye on that one. Let's go continue. I don't know why it's not doing anything. Maybe I gotta cancel it on the old one. Exit. Oh, there it is. Okay, continue. Touch ID. Now I got to do this here. Which it won't do. iPads are so bad at 861761. Okay. That one's figuring out there. It's gonna do. We'll see what happens. All right, I had some issues, but I think we're ready to go now. So I'm gonna put this iPad here. And then this one, I'm gonna hit continue. And it should do its thing now. It's gonna take the data from that other device, throw it onto this device, and then I'll wipe that other device and I'll show that whole process. It's gonna be a long video. I usually show everything in videos. I make long videos. So now it's signing into my account on that device from this device. So this device is getting everything from this device. I didn't even once put my password in. It's just taking it from this one here. And it's gonna make a copy of that device just in a newer hardware. And then I'll be able to wipe the other device. And yeah. The passcode I use to unlock this iPad. See our dog. I know it's having some issues with that thing on the Apple ID. Okay, so we're gonna do apps and data from another iPad and screen time. Okay, so continue. Instead of asking us for that software update after this step now, should jump right into, if everything worked, finally, it's been having some issues, should jump right into the, there we go. There's that other iPad, booted it right out of wherever it was at, and you notice, oh, I got a notification, okay. And you'll notice a couple things. Both devices, let's put this in the 1X thing, both devices here have lost Wi-Fi connection. So just battery here and battery here, they both lost the Wi-Fi connection. This is just a part of the data transfer thing. So that's why that happens. We've got about 30 minutes left. Ooh, that one's really going up on the failing iPad side over there. Now it's going back down to where probably it's going to match up. Is where it should kind of sit. Yeah, 14:12. It's really estimating that time. It's around 5 minutes. About 4 minutes. So we'll just see what happens, and I'll record when then it's done there, and I'll kind of show the process, and I'll wipe the other device from the new device. We'll see how that goes. All right, we're about a minute left on the device. Once those finish, they should restart. Then here's the other iPad just kind of sitting around. So this one here I'm going to leave alone. That data's just going to stay on that. It's just going to be kind of powered off when not being used. Whenever you're powering off a device when you're not going to use it, you want to keep it around 50 to 80. Kind of probably 70 would be a good area to keep it, because you don't want the battery to start to degrade. Also, never leave them plugged in. That's what damaged this one, the white one there. So never leave them plugged in, or you'll have to buy yourself a new iPad. You can see now there that the line says about 1 minute, but the line's about 99 or 100% complete on the devices. So yeah, pretty quick. Honestly, the best way to transfer data. My sister had this iPad, which is why one of the reasons it failed. It's got so much use, which this is a good upgrade, except this is 128 gigabytes, that's 64. That's not really a big issue because it's just an extra iPad. But my sister and I had a 128 gigabyte iPad 8, and then I upgraded to the yellow iPad 10. But when I did this, I thought, well, transfer complete. So that device will shut down, and this one will inform us. I'm gonna unplug it. It shouldn't be plugged in now. Anyway, this one's gonna start doing its thing. This one's gonna inform us your data has been transferred to the other iPad. The screen, you can see, is kind of coming up there a bit. So we're gonna hit continue. It's going to say, do we want to erase this iPad? And that's going to take 45 gigabytes off there. But we're actually going to do this from Find My. I want to show you guys that. Kind of just wiping it from the new device. So we're going to hit not now on that. And we're good to go. There's that. But what I was saying was this was my sister's before, and then it was mine for a while. And it was just, it's had a life. It should not have done this, but that was my fault for leaving it plugged in, I think. Because I have an iPad 5, I've had that going for 8 years now, and iPad 7 for about 5 or 6, and that was my sister's, and now mine too, used at school and consistently charging, and it's fine. So this one is, yeah, it's getting pretty large up there. I'm gonna put that on the 0.5. Yeah, I can see how it's separating, and it's fluctuating too. See, if you really pull it away, you can see all the stuff in there. But the screen is stressed, and it's being pushed from the inside, so that was kind of my sign. This one here is ready to boot back up. But anyway, there I can see the picture now that is on here. That's your first sign that things are working. Restore complete, so it's going to start downloading in the background. Kind of loading around there. It's going to try and figure something out, and then here we go. Welcome to iPad. We'll get started. And just how the other iPad is now how this one is. All the data restored onto it. I'll have to probably customize some of this data up. The lock screen, it's got all those widgets. Colored time. Perfectly, exactly, just how I have it on here. So we can open it. And open this one. And the home screens. Except the weather channel it's downloading look exact. Next screen looks exact. Except it's just another new app on there and a couple other side apps. Anyway, so same device, data on just a newer device. So from this point, we will open the... Ooh, knocked his over there. I think I didn't end the video. I would have been angry. All right, we're gonna... open the Find My app. I got me unadjusted here now. So now this iPad is called, is named Uploading iPad. Although that was the same name on this one, I'm going to rename that. But so that's this iPad. You can see the little thing there. So when we're on Find My, I'm going to go to the device we want to reset. If I can do so many attractions here. We want to reset the uploading iPad. It's probably going to be the last time it's ever reset because I'm getting rid of it. It's damaged. So there it is, the uploading iPad original. So we're just going to do that, we're going to hit erase. I'm going to not show that because there's some info. And then once we do that, we click erase. Then I enter one second. So there's that device. On this device, I just inputted the value, my password. And it's going to give us that notification on the resetting device. Soon here, it'll go bye-bye. There it is. Everything erased off of that device. So then, got a couple more things I want to show you. The new device retains the info. What you want to be careful about is deleting information off this device. Since everything's a link, I found once that if you do sign stuff out, it'll sign out on the new iPad. So if you're getting rid of the old one, you want to just erase it fully. Just fully erase it and it won't affect anything on the new one. It's kind of one weird thing I discovered. But everything's already finished on the new one, restoring. There wasn't much to do. You can open YouTube and it'll kind of give us anything we got there, notes, anything like that. But I use this device, Find My, to erase this device. So pretty simple, straightforward, easy to do. Let's see, everything's in place. Let's take a look at settings. Let's go to About. This is running 18.3 as well. Should be up to date. Yeah, it's up to date. So we're good on that front. This one here is going to wipe all the data. So yeah, pretty simple, straightforward, easy to do. Once that's done, I want to show you one last thing to do on Find My before you sell or get rid of a device. Always do this. But yeah, anyway, this is pretty cool, just having that same exact data, that same lock screen right there on the, might change the home screen, but the lock screen is pretty nice. I love that wallpaper with that time. Nothing goes better with that. I was afraid it wouldn't look the same on the new one, but it does. Looks just the same or better. So if we take in the old, well, they're both new, but the extra here, let's see, both each got their own data. Pretty cool. Look at that. The silver is definitely a nice color, especially with, you know, your black cases. That's just an amazing color. I actually do like it quite a bit more than the yellow. Not that color changes anything about the device, but just looking at it now, I'll give you that honest opinion. It's actually really, really nice. Plain and simple. Especially with a case like this. Because the back, you can still, it's just nice and clean and plain, and it's kind of nice. Look at that. Plain, simple, clean, amazing. And quickly got all the data transfer. I gotta download quite a bit of stuff on here though, still. But same data, new device, just an amazing, amazing deal there. This one here, there it is. Look at that. Now, location of this iPad is visible and can be viewed by the owner of this iPad. Let's see if I can get it to go to English. Location of this iPad can be seen by its owner and shows a little bit of the email. See up here, we've got no Wi-Fi, no nothing. It's going to prompt us to connect to a network first. We're going to open our device. We're going to go English, United States, continue. I'm not going to do quick start. I'm not going to set this up. I'm just going to show you guys this. So we're going to do this. It's going to say it's going to take a few minutes to activate. The time will appear in the corner, but it's going to prompt us to do something here. Right here. And this is, it doesn't even give you any hints. Here, iPad locked to owner. This iPad was lost in a race. You cannot I stress that. And shake the iPad. Cannot get past this, even if it's your own device and you forgot the password. No one will get past this until one of three things are done. You either unlock with passcode, so you activation lock help, or use device passcode. You can do one of those options. Or you enter the email and phone number and password of the person it's locked to. So this passcode here would be if you knew this device's passcode, which you wouldn't if you stole it. So that's kind of why that's in place. Now, how do you resolve this? If it's your own device and you sold it to someone, you go on this device, your new device, you go to Find My, and you go to that device. Now, see here how it says remove this device. So you can see it's grayed image, and it says on the device, means it's offline, but it still says now up there. So we're going to hit remove this device. It will prompt us to enter our password for our Apple ID. Regardless, I just hit done on the new device. So watch what's going to happen to this older device. It's gone from the Find My app on the new device. I'm going to hit back and watch what happens. I did not touch anything on this device. Either way, you're going to need to know this password, or the device is a brick. And now we are activated. We can set up the device there. So once we hit this screen, we can go past it. You can see there. That was simply just from removing it. That removes activation lock. So I'm going to hit start over. That's what that does. And that is how, if you sell a device to someone and forget to do that and they contact you, you do that. You just go and Find My, the app. And the second you do that and they connect it to network, this device is going to say, okay, shoot, we're good to go. But it's a very secure Apple thing. Anyway, that should get you covered on the older iPad. Now you can do what you need with this. You can get it sold, recycled, whatever you need to do with this device. But then on the new one, we are set to go. Just got to download anything on there that you'd want to download. So we can go to camera. The iPad 10 is not the worst camera for sure on an iPad. It's got some, not the best camera at all, but it is not the worst. See, it's actually a little bit sharp in areas there. You can see that was a picture on the iPad 8 there. And then this one here was on the new one. So anyway, that is going to be it. I better get to setting this up. It's actually getting pretty late, so I might actually go to bed. We'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, so that's kind of just the process, and I think I'll probably do something with that iPad 8 there. I want to show you guys that real quick, just one last time. The battery is it was just at 51, it's at 43. It's very, very struggling. It's had a good life, but it's definitely struggling now. 43 was just at 51. I just remember looking at that. The back is not level. It's kind of swollen. It's not the worst as it's been, but it's been worse. But it should not have any of that slight bend or movement in the device. So, but it was good. I love the colors of it, the gold and white. Pretty nice color device. So that's it. That's it for this one. 41 now. Look at that thing go down like crazy. I ain't even using it. So that's it. This one here is staying pretty good. It was at 89.77 after all that work. So, and data transfer and downloads. And another thing to keep in mind when you got a new device is that when you first set it up, the first honest few days, the battery's not going to be as good. Even if everything's done downloading, it's still doing certain background tasks, just like a new dog is when they're learning their new house. And it's just a week in, you're going to have your normal battery life as the device is. You know, this one here only used about, 13% of its battery, or 23% of its battery through its whole life because it's brand new, so it's pretty good. It's got 0 charge cycles, everything like that. So, yeah, I've got a program for that. I can show you guys that. If we take our MacBook, our cord here, and get that off there, and plug the devices in. Plug that in there. and plug in a new iPad here. We can take a look at the data. So new iPad's charging. And let's take a look here. We want to allow this accessory to connect, but since it's a new one, it's going to ask us for trust, and then it's going to ask us to put in our Touch ID. So we'll do that. And once this is done, they've established a connection. Let's go to Coconut Battery, which is a good program for looking at this. Uploading iPad. Let's see. Zoom in on that there. It says uploading iPad with a 2 around it. That means that it's the second device named that in my account. Here, design capacity 100%. Full charge, so it's at 72. But it's 100% health. Brand new battery. Cycle count 0. Look at that. That's amazing. I'm documenting this so I can look back on it after I use this device a lot. So we can go to history now. Open history viewer. And go to uploading iPad 2, which will be changed. The health is actually 104%. Look at that. Cycle 0. Give you guys a better view at that even. So the date, let's look at the manufacturer date of the battery. Device health. Actually, it's unknown, which means very recently, I'm guessing. Oh, right here. Okay. What? 2014? Oh, that's probably when the battery itself was designed. That's down there a little further. But I can't find the current date on this one. Either way, cycle 0. You don't get better than that for a battery. That's amazing. It's got a lot of capacity. If we take the other, the yellow iPad here, the one I've used for a little, plug that one in. I don't think this one's gonna need to be unlocked. Let's open Coconut up. Let's quit. Open. iOS. iPad 10 yellow right here. Those are unknown as well. And this one here, the cycle count is 100. Oh, I gotta zoom out here. The cycle count there is 115 and 92% health. But if we click on history, open history viewer, and we go to, let's see, I want to go to iPad. Oh, that's 8. iPad. I'm trying to find it. iPad 10 yellow. So 93%. It's always fluctuating around. Keep that in mind. 115 there, and on this one here, 0. On the old uploading iPad, we had 848 cycles with 36% health on that battery. That was fluctuating around quite a bit, but that one is pretty gone. So it's a good thing there we got that upgraded to this one, which has 0 cycles and 104 health. Thought that was interesting, and I figured let's look at this data while we have it open there, because this MacBook's pretty new as well. It's only got 101 cycles and 90% health. So pretty good there. So I just want to show you guys that program, and then we will end the video off here. So it's always nice to have a new device with 0 charge cycles. They usually probably had the battery full, charged up to 100, and I got it up at 80%. And that was the first percent it probably used ever, brand new. So as we get some use in it, we'll see that change. See you guys in the next one.